Pamela Moriniere is the head of communications department and of campaigns and gender expert at the International Federation of Journalists. And as a journalist yourself, obviously this is another sad day. When people become journalists, they don't really expect to be putting their life on the line on a daily basis, but that's what's happening to the journalists in Gaza. What is the stance of the IFJ when it comes to these most recent killings of the Al Jazeera journalists?
Well, I must say we've been really horrified by the news today. It's a big, big loss for Al Jazeera, for our community of journalists in Gaza and operating in Gaza. It's a really dark day for journalism, to be honest. You saw the images. They are very, very difficult to watch. Imagine a tent of journalists targeted in the middle of the night. Just hours before the tent was targeted, Anas Al-Sharif was explaining how heavy the bombardments were over Gaza City. So for us, we've been documenting this war from the very beginning, highlighting the situation of journalists in Gaza. We've lost, numbers differ, but we have lost over 180 colleagues so far in Gaza. It's huge, it's enormous, we've never seen that before.
In terms of international law, Pamela, I mean, what protection do journalists have? Does Israel have obligations to ensure the safety of journalists in a conflict?
There are international instruments that exist. There's the Geneva Convention. There are some UN resolutions as well. But we feel that there is no binding instrument as such that would force member states to respect journalists and let them work freely, independently, and in full safety, in particular in conflict zone. And that's what's missing at the moment. This is something that we've been asking for a long time. We need an international convention for the safety and the independence of journalists. And to date, this does not exist. And what we are concerned about is that we see too little willingness from member states to support such a convention. And that's an issue for us. And I think it's also an issue, it should be an issue for everybody. This is a democratic issue. What's happening in Gaza at the moment is that Israel is trying to control completely the narrative, first by killing journalists, by harassing them, attacking them, and secondly, by preventing international journalists from entering the enclave, which means that we can only rely on Palestinian journalists on the ground who are already fighting for their lives of their families, trying to find shelter, trying to find food. Imagine a journalist working under this condition. And what we witness, what is really important for the public to know, is that we are currently witnessing the violation of the public's right to receive information. This is as simple as it is. The public is prevented from knowing the truth on what's happening in Gaza. And by killing almost the entire team, if not the entire team of Al Jazeera journalists, this is a grave, grave attack on the public's right to know.
I mean, I think it's very telling that Anas Al-Sharif had prepared a statement in the event of his death to be released. I mean, it tells you that he feared that he was going to be killed. And if you just also look at the fact that Israel claims that Al-Sharif was a Hamas member, no mention of the other 5 people who died, which suggests that they deliberately targeted all of them and felt that that was okay to kill 6 people to get the one person they were after. I mean, it's your job to be objective, but I want to ask your opinion. Do you think, in your opinion, that Israel is deliberately targeting journalists to silence them?
Of course. That's definitely our stand on this. Journalists are being targeted, and this excuse of affiliating journalists to terrorists is not new. It's happening all the time. And we have seen a number of very clear targeting of journalists in their cars, in their homes. It's not new. Sadly, it happened overnight over our colleagues of Al Jazeera, and we think We send them all our support. That's all we can do. We continue to alert public's opinion on what's happening in Gaza. We continue to raise funds to support them so that they have food, so that they can continue working. But no journalist can properly work under such conditions. It's impossible to work like this.
Pamela, greatly appreciate your time. Thank you for coming on. Pamela Moriniere is my guest, Head of Campaigns and Communications Department and Gender Expert at the International Federation of Journalists.